Continuing with the interlude, Orinthia expresses her annoyance and she tells Magnus that you are worse than blind. You have very poor taste, low taste. Heaven is offering you a rose, referring to herself, and you cling means hold on to a cabbage. This is a reference to Jemima, the official wife of Magnus. So Magnus starts laughing and he says, that is a very apt metaphor, beloved. Apt means suitable or correct, and metaphor means comparison. So, yes, you have absolutely correctly made this comparison. But what wise man, if you force him to choose between doing without roses and doing without cabbages, would not secure the cabbages? Secure means keep safe. In other words, a man has to live, and in order to live, he has to eat. You cannot survive by eating roses. A cabbage is a useful vegetable. So, if there is a choice that has to be made between a rose and a cabbage, then any sensible man will choose the cabbage. Would he not secure the cabbages? Besides, all these old married cabbages were once roses. That is, once they were also young and beautiful. And though young things like you don't remember that, their husbands do. That is, they were young and beautiful and their husbands remember it. They don't notice the change. Why? Because they have lived together for so many years, as long as they have been married. So they don't notice the change. Besides, you should know better than anyone else that when a man gets tired of his wife and leaves her, it is never because she has lost her good looks. Why does a man leave his wife? The new love is often older and uglier than the old. Than the old means than the previous one. Quite often, the new lady who has come in his life is more old. She may be uglier, but then she may be more experienced. Why should I know it better than anyone else? She questions. So he says, why? Because you have been married twice and both your husbands have run away from you to much plainer and stupider women. Stupider means more foolish than you. Well, indirectly Magnus is suggesting that Orinthia also is not very sensible. But it is also a fact that her two previous husbands left her and ran away with other women who were plainer means ordinary looking, and stupider means not even having as much IQ as Orinthia does. She is not very intelligent in the sense that she knows which side her bread is buttered, but then she is not very intelligent in worldly matters, politics, etc. When I begged your present husband to come back to court for a while, for the sake of appearances, he said, no man could call his soul his own in the same house with you. Okay. Your present husband means she's still married perhaps to somebody else, just like Magnus is married to Jemima. So, when I asked your present husband to come back to the court, even if to keep the public happy, in other words, he said, no man could call his soul his own in the same house with you. In other words, you are so difficult to live with that he was at last free and glad to be free of you. And yet, that man was utterly, totally infatuated with your beauty when he married you. Utterly means totally. Infatuated means having strong feeling of love and attraction. But infatuation does not last long. It is a very overpowering feeling as long as It does. But once the infatuation wears off, once the initial attraction wears off, once the people involved realize how weak the partner is, then they are disillusioned and they leave their partners and escape. Your first husband actually forced a good wife to divorce him so that he might marry you. But before 2 years were out means ended, he went back to her and died in her arms, poor chap. But even your first husband, he left his wife to be with you, but within 2 years he left you because you are not an easy woman to live with. And he went back to his old wife and he finally died in her arms, poor fellow. So, in response to Magnus, Corinthia says, "Shall I tell you why these men could not live with me? It is because I am a thoroughbred." Thoroughbred, this term is basically used for horses, animals in general, but horses in particular, horses of very high quality. So, I am a thoroughbred and they were only hacks. Hacks is हिंदी में हम जिसको खच्चर कहते हैं, horses which are hybrid and which are born when there is a crossing between a horse and a donkey maybe. So mule भी कह सकते हैं. So they are only hacks. They had nothing against me. I was perfectly faithful to them. I kept their houses beautifully. I fed them better than they had ever been fed in their lives. In other words, I was a good wife. I looked after, I fulfilled all my duties as I should. But because I was higher than they were and greater, they could not stand the strain of trying to live up to me. Means to make unusually great effort. And to live up to me means to be at the same level, meet my standards, in other words. So I let them go their way, poor wretches, back to their cabbages. And here the word cabbages is used for, we know, their old wives. Wretches means unhappy person. So I allowed them to go back to their wives. Look at the old creature Ignatius is living with now. Means the woman Ignatius is one of her ex-husbands. He is the woman he is living with now. She gives you his real measure. Means she shows you his real worth or standard. Magnus, an excellent woman. Ignatius is quite happy with her. I never saw a man so changed. But Magnus does not agree. She may be old. This man Ignatius's present wife, she may be old. She may not be very attractive, but he's very happy with her. Corinthia, just what he is fit for. Commonplace. Commonplace means ordinary. Bourgeois means middle class. She trots through the streets shopping. Means she walks through the streets shopping. Rising means she stands up. I tread the plains of heaven means I walk around on the plains of heaven. Common women cannot come where I am, and common men find themselves out and slink away. Find themselves out means they realize their low standards and they slink away means they sneak away quietly and silently. They leave me. Magnus, it must be magnificent to have the consciousness of a goddess without ever doing a thing to justify it. Magnificent means wonderful, impressive. To have the consciousness means to have the mind of a goddess without ever having anything, doing a thing to justify it. to make that impression. Having the awareness and the unique thoughts of a goddess, and yet doing nothing to prove that you are a goddess. It must be amazing. Corinthia says, give me a goddess's work to do and I will do it. In other words, throw me any challenge and I will rise up to it and I will do it. I will even stoop to a queen's work if you will share the throne with me. Since he has used the word goddess, a goddess lives in heaven. So stoop means I will even lower my standards and perform the duties of a queen if you will share the throne with me. Once again, she is giving him a pointer that he should propose to her and marry her. But do not pretend that people become great by doing great things. They do great things because they are great, if the great things come along. In other words, people do great things if they get the opportunity. So people are not great because they do great things. Those great things happen or are done when an opportunity comes along. But they are great just the same when the great things do not come along. But if somebody is great, if somebody has the quality or the talent or the ability, or if somebody is impressive enough, so even if there is no opportunity, their greatness cannot be taken away from them. They are great just the same when the great things do not come along. Even if they don't get an opportunity, they will still be great. If I never did anything but sit in this room and powder my face and tell you what a clever fool you are, I should still be heavens high above the millions of common women who do their domestic duties. That is, if I never fulfilled any responsibility or performed any task except for powder my face, means apply makeup to my face and tell you what a clever fool you are, I would still be heavens high. Heavens high means I would still be a goddess above the millions, means countless number of common women who do their domestic duties, means their daily household duties, and sacrifice themselves and run trade departments and all the rest of the vulgarities. That I would always be above them because I am better than them. Has all the tedious public work you have done made you any the better? Tedious means boring. The too long, slow, dull, tiresome, boring public work that you have done, has it made you a better person? I have seen you before, means before you became king, and after your boasted strokes of policy. Boasted means to talk with pride about your achievements. And you were the same man. That is, whenever you signed any policy, you were still the same man before and after signing, and would have been the same man to me and to yourself if you had never done them. Even if you had not done anything great, you would still have been the same man. Thank God my self-consciousness is something nobler than vulgar conceit in having done something. Nobler than vulgar conceit. Okay, nobler means greater. And conceit means having too much pride in yourself. Because I am a goddess, my self-consciousness, my awareness of myself is greater or higher than believing that I have at least done something. It is what I am, not what I do, that you must worship in me. In other words, it is my qualities, not my performance, that you should worship. If you want deeds, means works or actions, go to your men and women of action, as you call them, who are all in a conspiracy to pretend that the mechanical things they do, the foolhardy way they risk their worthless lives, and their great getting up in the morning at 4 and working 16 hours a day for 30 years like coral insects, make them great. Okay, so if you want deeds, then go to your men and women of action, the cabinet ministers and other people in the country, as you call them, who are all in a conspiracy to pretend. Conspiracy means in a secret plan to pretend that the mechanical things they do, the foolhardy way they risk their worthless lives. Foolhardy means taking unnecessary risk. A simpler word is the foolish way they risk their worthless lives. And what do? They get up at 4 in the morning and work for 16 hours. Why do they work for 16 hours? Because they have to earn money every day for 30 years, just like coral insects. Coral insects are polyps, Polyps, by which coral is formed. Actually, they are microscopic sea creatures, coral, who are closely packed together, and with time they die, and when they die they turn into hard rock, and they come in multitudes of colors. There's red, there's pink, there's purple, there's orange. And when they turn into rock after dying, which they harden because of the salt in the sea water that mixes with their dead bodies, that the coral rock is often used to make jewelry. It is a precious stone to some extent, not very expensive, but yes, expensive enough. So like coral insects, they make them great. And what are they for? Why do they do it? These dull slaves, to keep the streets swept for me. What is their job? To keep the streets. Streets means the lanes. Swept means clean for me. I am queen. I am a goddess. So they have to work for me in a way. To enable me to reign over them in beauty like the stars. Reign over them means to rule. To enable me to rule over them. They are all my slaves, my subjects, like the stars, without having anything to do with their slavery except to console it, to dazzle it, to enable them to forget it in adoring dreams of me. Console them means comfort it. Comfort what? Their slavery. To dazzle it means to blind them with my brightness, and to make it possible for them to forget it. How do they forget it? By having loving, adoring means loving dreams of me. Am I not worth it? She sits fascinating him. He cannot stop looking at her. Look into my eyes and tell the truth. Am I worth it or not? So Magnus answers, to me, who love beauty, yes. But you should hear the speeches Balbus makes about your pension. Now, first let's understand the word pension. It is money paid regularly. Money paid regularly by the company or the government by the company or the government to one who has retired. To one who has retired. Okay. So Orinthia is given a pension every month. In other words, the king is maintaining her. He's paying for all her expenses. And she says, and my debts means the money, when you borrow money from someone, do not forget my debts, my mortgages, the bill of sale on my furniture, the thousands I have had from the money lenders to save me from being sold up, because I will not borrow from my friends. Okay. Mortgages means money borrowed to buy a house or a flat. In other words, to buy property. जब बैंक से जब हम लोन लेते हैं मकान एट्सेट्रा बनाने के लिए, तो उस लोन के बदले बैंक आपसे कोई ऐसी चीज़ के कागज़ात लेके रखेगी जिसको अगर आपने टाइम पे लोन नहीं चुकाया तो वो उस चीज़ को कब्ज़ा कर सके, राइट. So the bill of sale on my furniture, thousands I have had from the money lenders. I have had means I have borrowed, उधार लिए हैं. किन से? सेठ साहूकारों से. क्यों लिए मैंने? To save me from being sold up. From being sold up means from going bankrupt, because I will not borrow from my friends. Lecture me again about them, but do not dare to pretend that the people grudge me my pension. अगर आप चाहें तो मुझको वापस से एक भाषण सुना सकते हैं कि मैं क्यों इतना खर्चा करती हूँ, लेकिन ये मत कहिए that the people grudge me means they are unhappy about my pension. They glory in it means they consider it great. In my extravagance. Extravagance means overspending. ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा खर्चा करना, as you call it. Magnus, more gravely, more seriously now. By the way, Orinthia, when your dressmakers took up that last bill for you, they were speculating, were they not, in your chances of becoming my queen someday? Now recently Orinthia had ordered some gown or dresses to be made, and the bill as usual was sent to the king for payment. When he looked at the size of the bill, then, which means that those dressmakers, they were assuming, they were guessing at the possibility of becoming my queen someday. उन्होंने इतनी ग्रैंड, इतनी लैविश, इतनी भव्य ड्रेसेस तुम्हारे लिए बनाई, तो क्या वो इसलिए थी क्योंकि उन्होंने वो एंटिसिपेट कर रहे हैं कि तुम जल्दी ही मेरी क्वीन बनोगी, दैट यू विल बिकम माई क्वीन समडे? सो Orinthia, well, what if they were? So what? They would hardly have ventured on that without a hint from somebody. Was it from you? Ventured means tried. The dressmakers would never have tried to assume or believe or guess that you will be king. Did you give them a hint? Did the hint come from you? So Orinthia, you think me capable of that? You have a very low side to you, Magnus. Low side means negative. Does you think I would do that? You are a very negative man, Magnus. Magnus, no doubt. Sure I do. Yes, I am quite sure that you did it. Like other mortal fabrics, I have a wrong side and a right side. Mortal fabrics means people. Like any other human being, I have a wrong side and I have a right side. That is, I have both plus and minus in my personality. But it is no use your giving yourself airs, belovedest. That is, to act in a way, giving yourself airs means act in a way that shows that shows one thinks one is better. One thinks one is better than others. That is, don't put yourself on a pedestal. You are capable of anything. Do you deny that there was any suggestion of the kind? That is, are you refusing that there was some suggestion of this kind from you? Orinthia, how dare you challenge me to deny it? I never deny. Of course there was a suggestion of the kind. Magnus, I thought so. That is, yes. See, she has just said that you have a very low side to you. And in that same dialogue, she says, you think me capable of that? Giving them hints, etc. And now when he challenges her, she says, of course, the suggestion came from me. Orinthia, oh stupid, stupid. Go keep a grocer's shop. A grocer is a person who sells vegetables and provisions etc. आटे दाल चावल साग सब्जी वगैरह जो बेचता है वो ग्रोसर कहलाता है. ओके हिंदी में हम कहते हैं ना पंसारी या परचून की दुकान वाला. और परचून की दुकान पर कई बार एक सेक्शन में एक हिस्से में ग्रीन वेजिटेबल्स भी रखी जाती हैं. सो गो कीप अ ग्रोसर्स शॉप. वो कैबेज की जो बात हो रही थी उसी को लेकर वो कह रही है, जाओ और वही साग सब्जी बेचो तुम. दैट इज़ वॉट यू आर फिट फॉर. डू यू सपोज दैट द सजेशन केम फ्रॉम मी? वाई यू ग्रेट ओफ. ओफ मीन्स अ फूलिश मैन. इट इज़ इन द एयर. मेरे को सजेस्ट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं थी. Everybody is talking about it. When my dressmaker hinted at it, I told her that if she ever dared to repeat such a thing, she would never get another order from me. यहाँ उल्टा हुआ. Dressmaker was the one who hinted that maybe I will be queen someday. And I warned her that if she ever spoke this thing in anybody else's presence, I would never give her another order. But can I help people seeing what it is plain as the sun in the heavens? Means, can I help if people understand what is as obvious as the sun in the heavens? Rising again. Everyone knows that I am the real queen. Everyone treats me as the real queen. They cheer me in the streets. When I open one of the art exhibitions to launch a new ship, they crowd the place out. Launch means inaugurate. There's a huge crowd to look at me. I am one of nature's queens. Means I'm naturally a queen, and they know it. If you do not, you are not one of nature's kings. So Magnus is so impressed. Sublime. Perfect. Nothing but genuine inspiration could give a woman such cheek. Inspiration means a sudden good idea. Cheek means a behavior, audacity. AUDACITY, audacity. हिंदुस्तानी का एक शब्द है हिमाकत. कुछ करने का दम रखना, हौसला रखना, वो काम भी जो गलत हो. So only a woman can have such cheek. So she answers, yes, inspiration, not cheek. And then sitting down. Magnus, when are you going to face my destiny and your own? So what does it mean? Our destiny is that we are supposed to have a fate together, a future together. It is fated, it is decided, it is our destiny. ये हमारी नियति है that तुम और मैं मिलकर इस कंट्री पे राज करेंगे. You will be the king and I will be the queen. Magnus understands what she is saying. But my wife, the queen, what is to become of my poor dear Jemima? His concern for his wife tells you that he cares for her. That is, if I marry you, what will become about her? What will happen to her? Now, Orinthia is so self-centered that she doesn't care. Oh, drown her. Get rid of her. Shoot her. Kill her. Tell your chauffeur, chauffeur means driver, to drive her into the Serpentine and leave her there. Now, the Serpentine is actually a river in Canada, which is in British Columbia. So, ask your driver to take her to the river and leave her there. The woman makes you ridiculous. Ridiculous means makes you look very silly. So Magnus says, I don't think I should like that. And the public would think it ill-natured. Ill-natured, very mean of me. Why? If I get her killed, the public will know. They will immediately understand and they will think it is very mean of me to kill my wife. Oh, you know what I mean. Divorce her. Make her divorce you. It is quite easy. That was how Ronnie married me. Ronnie is one of her husbands. Everybody does it when they need a change. But I can't imagine what I should do without Jemima. He depends on her. She is his partner ever since they were married. Nobody else can imagine what you do to her, what you do with her. But you need not do without her. That is, she's being generous and she says there's no need to get rid of her. You can see as much of her as you like when we are married. Very generous, very magnanimous. I shall not be jealous and make scenes. Make scenes means excited emotional display, public disturbances. I will not do that. That is very magnanimous of you, Magnus answers. But I am afraid it does not settle the difficulty. Settle the difficulty? It does not resolve the matter. Jemima would not think it right to keep up her present intimacy with me if I were married to you. Present intimacy means close, personal relationship. If I marry you, she would not like to continue with me the way she does now. So Orinthia, what a woman! Would she be in any worse position then than I am in now? That is, it would be the same. Only thing is the person will change. I am in this position. I am not married to you, but I am having an affair with you. In the same way, when you marry me and yet you continue to be in association with Jemima, then she will be taking my place. So he admits no. Orinthia, you mean then that you do not mind placing me in a position that you do not think good enough for her? So, says, you can put me in this weak position, but you cannot do it for her. So he tries to explain, Orinthia, I did not place you in your present position. You placed yourself in it. I could not resist you. You gathered me like a daisy. In other words, I could not stop you from affecting me like this. You gathered me means you picked me up as easily as you pick a flower, which means that Orinthia was the one who did the chasing. Orinthia मैग्नस के पीछे पड़ी थी एंड देन मैग्नस अपने आप को रोक नहीं पाए और उनके माया जाल में फंस गए. उनके लव में वो उनसे मोहित हो गए. आई थिंक दैट्स अ बेटर वर्ड. So Orinthia questions, did you want to resist me? Did you not want to be with me? So Magnus, oh no, I never resist temptation. Temptation? A thing that attracts you to do something silly. Because I have found that things that are bad for me do not tempt me. Which means that because he was attracted or tempted towards Orinthia, she is good for him. Well then, what are we talking about? I forget. I think I was explaining the impossibility of my wife changing places with you. ये हो नहीं सकता कि मैं तुमसे शादी कर लूँ, that I marry you and put my wife in the position you are in at this moment. So she questions, why impossible, pray? Please tell me. ऐसा क्यों नहीं हो सकता? Okay, before Magnus gives her the answer, let us take a break here and we will continue in the next session. Thank you.